it can be very difficult to lead a finance project as a more junior member of staff with head teachers stakeholders. It's just a difficult concept. So how did you, firstly, Charlie, kind of get empowered to do that, and then secondly, how did you deliver that program and corral a group of head teachers? I'm sure your head teachers are excellent, but corralling head teachers at the best of times, as we all know, can be a challenge. How did you do that as a relatively new apprentice?
I'd probably say when I was working at Martham, the head teacher came through and advised me that they had used the software in the past. And from that point onwards, I went to Phil and Jen to ask how to approach it and what skills and behaviours to implement, whereby they advised the process, finding out whether any other heads would like the software, if they could offer a discount, and the multi-year contract, whether that was available. And from that point onwards, I then contacted the supplier to find out what they could actually offer in terms of their service model, and how different that looked in comparison to what the academies already had. And the rest was history, really, with that. Able to negotiate firstly a 10% saving, and then followed on by a 5%. And that was secured for a total of 3 years.
And that's brilliant. And it was clear that the responsibility to implement programs was spread across the team. And Phil, is that a deliberate ploy in terms of increasing overall team capacity, if you can use everybody in the team to drive and deliver their own projects? Because I guess if everything was to fall at your door, that would limit capacity. Jen's smiling. I don't know if it would limit anything else.
Nothing would get done.
Nothing would get, precisely. And that, do you feel it's then important to then spread that responsibility across the team and actually let people drive their own programs?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think there's always that danger that when you've got young graduates, apprentices, or recent school leavers in the finance team, or HR, anywhere like that, there's almost this view that, oh well, they're really young, they haven't got any experience, so they won't be able to do anything other than sort of like data entry. And actually it's like, no, you've got really highly skilled, enthusiastic, intelligent young professionals, so why not give them, throw opportunities at them, give them some guidance and see what they do with them. So I think, Charlie, you'd only been with us sort of like 18 months, and you're like 22 at that point, and it's okay, let's give people projects, see what they can do with them, and I suppose exactly, the approach we've had is that the more people, when you're trying to drive improvement and change, the more people that are driving improvement and change, the more improvement and change you'll get. So why would you ever sort of like self-limit that to just managers? And I think, Charlie, you had a conversation with like 5 or 6 different primary heads as part of doing that, and it was putting the model forward that there's this piece of software that actually probably delivers the same sort of output. It's a fraction of the price. There's the compelling case for change. And I think if you're articulating that clearly in the value proposition to head teachers, it doesn't really matter how old or experienced you are. You're selling positive change. And I mean, I think even sort of like people, as soon as they come into a finance team as an apprentice, people get given sort of like quite challenging tasks and stuff like that with the support. But they make rapid progress.
And then they can cascade that down to other staff as well. So we try and give everyone a sort of an element to be a specialist at in a particular project, and then they develop whatever the project is, and then train other staff members up, and they're sort of the first port of call for the queries. But we do try and sort of spread the load a bit so that everyone can get a bit of meat on their job description and things like that.
Yeah. So just an example. One apprentice, he'd been in here for sort of like, was that here for about 6 months, and he was basically, he's given responsibility for getting Amazon sorted out, business account, full purchase ordering was integrated into the ledger. Most recent apprentice is basically looking at some of the like purchase ordering and some of the other stuff.
Carbon accounting.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, just give people the opportunities and see what we can do with them, rather than just assume, oh well, they're new, they won't be able to do anything.